My name is Nujum Al Ghanem. I was born in Dubai.
I'm Mona Ayash. I'm a visual artist and I live in Dubai.
My name is Thor Seidel. I'm from Berlin, Germany.
My name is Zara Mahmoud and I'm an artist based in Dubai.
My name is Rada Al-Kitbi. I'm from Abu Dhabi.
My name is Asha Hadar and I'm an installation artist based in Abu Dhabi.
My role here was the guest artist and the mentor for the sixth artist.
My practice is revolves around the band spaces.
You're going to see, identify different aesthetics.
My name is Nujum Al Ghanem. I was born in Dubai, but I believe that I'm part of every corner of this country. My role here was the guest artist and the mentor for the sixth artists. My work is titled Around Us. I started drawing some figures and wanted not to show their features, aiming at animating them at one point. I kept doing that repetitively and until Laura Misler visited my studio one day and told me that they have this project, and as soon as she looked at the artwork, she said, "We want this for the exhibition." The minute I knew about the project and it has the word Tashweesh or white noise, I felt I am attracted immediately to the title. So when I heard about white noise or tashweesh, I started thinking and I was haunted by this word. It took me a while to reflect on it. And of course, I kept working on this project because it is a big project. It consists of 700 pieces. I think art gives us the chance to present it in a very unique way. And maybe we are very lucky to have this talent to be able to express it in another shape, in another form.
My name is Rada Al-Kitbi. I'm from Abu Dhabi. The title of my commissioned work is Rafi is Gone. So it's an abandoned door that I found in a site, and it's the end of the series of abandoned places. I started my practice with visiting abandoned places, and I was fascinated with what I have found. I started collecting objects within the space and was introduced to Rafi. In my practice, I usually work with natural materials, found elements, and the elements of rust and dust. I usually rust my materials with chemicals such as hydrogen peroxide. Rafi is a spirit that lived in that place. He became a friend to me, and by the end of the series, his home got demolished, and I never had the chance to say goodbye. At the beginning of the series, I had a feeling of someone is watching within the space. I felt a presence in the space, and it was Rafi. I knew it was Rafi by the objects I have found within the space. For instance, I found a passport laying on the floor, ready for me to pick up. Once I picked up the passport, the date within the passport matches my birthday. So it was a coincidence that was unexpected. And Rafi started to follow me everywhere I go. So I would go to random places, and Rafi is not a common name here, and his name would come up to me every single time. So he wanted to deliver a message, and then he became a friend to me. For this work, I went back to the site to get inspired and to get inspirations from Rafi. And when I went back to his home, I found it demolished. And the door represents the entryway that I went into his life, his existence. I walked into his home, but was the door welcoming me, or did I invade his space? That was the question. I was trapped in his space. When his home got demolished, I was stuck in his home because I felt so connected, and I couldn't leave the space. So by the end of the series, this is like a closing for Rafi is Gone, because I never had to say the chance to say goodbye.
My name is Thor Seidel. I'm from Berlin, Germany, and I live in the UAE since 2014. Spectrum is a piece based on soaps. I collected soaps in the UAE. Now we have in this plate more than 150 soaps, and you might consider this is just a composition of colors, and even the smell is purely a composition, a mixed smell. This is related to the original idea or concept of this of Tashweesh, of our show. And I designed, or I casted 10 different soaps. They are mostly based on what I got as a data set from the interviews. So I might say I reconstructed the smell in a way. And you have to open doors of the compartments of this little house, and you start to smell. In this moment triggers probably feelings, memories, associations, etc. In most of the soaps I collected, I collected them traveling in Russia, in Asia, in South Asia, in the MENA region, in Africa, and in America. The mannequins are mostly, in a purely sense, flagments, so they are regulating traffic in front of construction sites or traffic road construction sites, etc. So they have a completely banal character or a banal function, and they're gonna replace a living worker who's signalizing yes or no with red and green color. The photos I took in whole UAE, so starting in Abu Dhabi, ending in Dubai or in Ras Al Khaimah.
My name is Asha Hadar, and I'm an installation artist based in Abu Dhabi. Plant the seed before the soil returns. Focuses on the algae. So my work focuses a lot with underwater. I've been looking at this one specific shipwreck located at Dabiya. My father used to take us there to dive and just learn the fishing around the shipwreck. I wanted to focus really and understand the underwater world, because I feel like it connects me with my ancestors. So I've been focusing on this one specific shipwreck in Dabiya. And I collaborate with the shipwreck, because what I do is basically take these dresses and leave underwater for 2 years or even more. So I commissioned multiple people from India, from Paris, and people from here as well. So I've been looking at embroidery because this is what the algae feels to me. Every time I would dive, it feels like the water is embroidering a new pattern for me. I wanted to take these patterns, these embroidery pieces done by nature, and then take them to commission people to basically try to translate this embroidery into actual three-dimensional textures. So I went to different places in Abu Dhabi, like Al Ghadir. Al Ghadir is an initiative for craft women. And I wanted to use their craft into creating these patterns for me. From this installation, they did two pieces. It's the dress and the cloth that's on the chair. So I commissioned Olivia Babel. She's an artist based in France, and she does a lot of embroidery work, focuses on moss. So it was easy for me to communicate like my idea and the algae like to her, and immediately she transformed that into like what an embroidery piece that's very much relevant to like to the whole work that I've been working towards. And then I commissioned people from India, showed them the documentation, the photo, and then they reinterpret it into like something into these what do you call it, tapestries, or yeah.
My name is Zara Mahmood, and I'm an artist based in Dubai. The name of the commission piece is Momentary, 1, 2, 3. For Tashweesh, I have created works that focus on capturing natural light and how it manifests itself on different surfaces. I call this body of work Drawings by Light. These drawings take place without a trace. They don't leave any physical residue, impressions, or marks. I think acrylic being a transparent surface and it sort of emphasizing the transient nature of this particular activity that light is, creating on a daily basis was something intriguing for me to sort of focus on for this show. The idea that drawing historically is always associated with making an incision or a mark on paper. I wanted to sort of capture a process that is not absolute, that doesn't carry any weight. The images have been printed on transparent acrylic sheets, which are leaning against the wall. The purpose of that display was not to box the images in a frame. Printed side is on the back, so it is exposed, and it is exposed to the environment, and it sort of, again, emphasizes the ephemeral nature of these drawings that I'm hoping to convey through this arrangement. The two works that I've loaned for the show are prints. They involve the techniques of line etching and aquatint. And I felt that they sort of connected with the current body of work that I'm displaying at Tashweesh because of the technique of printing involved. It involves an ancient technique of etching and using a printing press. And here I have a modern technique of printing associated with the body of work that I'm displaying for Tashweesh.
I'm Mona Ayash, I'm a visual artist and I live in Dubai. This project is a 2-channel video installation. I was focusing on sports footage and pulling, in this case specifically, pulling out footage from group sports, team sports, and especially when they come together and they create a shape or a form. And so I pull out that 1 second, sometimes it's even less than a second, and then I would loop it as seamlessly as I can. In a way, it is like choreography. In a way, it's a set of rules that I've made. It's a response to each other. This was a new investigation where I was thinking about how can the audience watch the videos, which were quite slow and banal. And I started to think about the idea of the seat and resting, and then a video playing as you rest or as you're sitting. And so you don't necessarily, with my work, you don't necessarily have to watch it from beginning to end. You can come in at any time and then leave. The other video that I'm showing is Night Wanderer, and it is a 3-channel video installation that is projected onto a window from the inside of a space. It can only then be seen from outside. So it is really for the, I titled it Night Wanderer because it is really for one who is out at night. I was specifically interested in thinking about the viewer I want to engage with. So with Night Wanderer, I was thinking of the person or someone at night that would, would not necessarily notice the work because it is, it's on the second floor, and you can very easily not notice that there is a video playing outside of a window.